I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakakwadash. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstones, salutations to all the sincere Akim, and rise up, Kwam Yoshala, to the house of David. Sirach 9 and 13 says, keep thee far from the man that have the power to kill, so shalt thou not doubt the fear of death, and if thou come unto him, make no faults, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlement of the city. Yeah. So the man have the power to kill. Thou shalt not doubt the fear of death, and if thou come unto him, make no faults, lest he take away thy life presently. Yeah, you got these people today, man. You know, to say outrightly, because they're a murderer, they're a manslayer, they're a murderer, they're a manslayer, they're a killer. You understand? So we want to look up that word there. Yeah? Thou goest in the midst of snares, thou walkest upon the battlement of the city. Just take a look at the word snare in the Google. We're going to hit some precepts to get a further understanding. We're going to start with snare, the word snare. I know enough people know, but you know what? People have short memories, man. Just a reminder. These are reminders. With times we're living in now, the sleazy is coming up with more innovative ways to give it a joke, to give it their venom. Because he's a man that likes to share his germs. As we know, he's a man and his woman love to share their germs. So they're coming up with all these creative and innovative ways to give it a, you know, like they're making it mandatory at the moment, indirectly. If you want to go to restaurants, you want to fly your plane, you want to go take the trains, you want to go raving, clubbing, drinking, pubbing, and all that. What you know, what a lot of people like to do. Who love this world. You're gonna need to get that joke, and you're gonna need your license. So yeah. So this is all snares, man. They're setting their snares, the trap for catching birds or mammals. Yeah. So they're setting the stage now for all you people that like this world, love this world, like to be among doing all your folly. Enough man getting it already, man. Enough man I got fired, as we spoke about Saturday gone. Yeah, with this 10, 50 pound voucher if you get it, or kebab for a jab, ice cream for the children, and they want to bring the numbers down, the ages down, because they want to cull the population. So having a noose or wire cord, it's a bird catcher basically. You see, catch a bird or mammal. Yes, it's the same thing. It's exactly the same as getting hanged, getting caught up in a noose. So that's snare. Let's see what it says here quickly in the. We're just rolling in the spirit. Snare in the etymology says noose for catching animals. So it's a noose for catching animals in the etymology. And what else comes to mind is, you know, when the precept says walking in the snares or in battlement. City of battlement. You see what that is there? They're landmines, man. You know, that's what some of those crafty, sleazy, because you know he doesn't play fair. You know, you're having a war, and then you get in. You know, you're walking and they're setting these are called landmines, man. And I used to hear stories years ago where man just walking, civilians walking in the landmines to just pick some, you know, doing their farming, and they just get their limbs blown off just like that, you see. Because sleazy sets traps, he sets snares, he doesn't play fair, he doesn't believe in the justice and playing fair. Yeah. So he's about death, and he doesn't care how he does it. He will play unfair. He will try and get you when you're a baby coming out the womb with that joke. Have you had your tetanus yet? Yeah, have you had your chicken pox yet? Chicken pox jab, your measles jab. Snares to try and maim you one way or the other. It's not no different. It's no different to being walking and just getting caught up in these landmines, man. No different. So we're living amongst these demon-like people. Yeah, I read it again. Keep thee far from the man that have the power to kill, so thou shalt not, or the woman, cause enough of them woman there these nurses are Hedonites, man, giving you that juke and jab. Oh, I'm just doing my job. They know what they're doing very well. They know that they're giving you venom. They know what's in them. So they can't, that's not going to be their get out of jail card when your whole shot come back. I was just doing my job. Because those people are the most wickedest people. A lot of those people that try and use that as a get out of jail card. Yeah, if you understand what I'm saying, you just Google there's something that was called the shock test, where they had these soldiers and they told them that, yeah, you got people on the other side of the wall that if you get this question, they ask them a question, and if you get the question right, you can you get it right. If you get it wrong, you have to press the button, and you're helping people on the other side of the wall getting closer to death. You're shocking them to death. So their excuse was, oh, I was only doing my job. That's not going to be your get out of jail card. You ain't going to be able to say that, and you ain't going to get away with that. You're a murderer all the same. Keep thee far from the man or the woman that have the power to kill. And they're the ones, a lot of them Edomite women are the ones that giving you the juke and jab. You understand? Worldwide. And they came to the schools giving us that juke and jab. And I'll never forget their faces. Trust me, I'm going to get them in the kingdom, man, for doing that. Lord knows what they was doing to us. What effects that those tetanus and jabs was doing to us. And everything has a side effect when it comes to venom and poison. So thou shalt not doubt the fear of death, and if thou come unto him or her, make no fault, lest he take away thy life. Presently remember that thou goest in the midst of snares. In the midst of snares. Yeah? And thou walkest upon the battlement of the city. Landmines. We're walking among these people, man. Being among these people, you're walking on landmines. You have to be careful. You don't step on these things. Otherwise, you will face the consequences. So that's why that wise man said that. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and thou walkest upon the battlement of the city. Yeah, let's go into some precepts. We want to get into a little bit more of the understanding, because Proverbs 7 and 21, Solomon had something to say about that. With her much fair speech she caused him to yield, with the flattering of her lips she forced him. He goeth after her straightway as an ox goeth to the slaughter, as a fool goeth to the correction of the stocks. Yeah, that's more death, as an ox goeth to the slaughter. If you ever see them cows going to get their slaughter, to be slaughtered for meat, to be put into the butcher shop, and then to be sold to the customers for them to get their beef, their steaks, and those steaks end up on your plate. So that's what's going to happen to all those people that get the juke and jab. Once you get that, you're on an egg timer. And it's just a matter of time. He goeth after her straight away as an ox, because he fell to the snare. As an ox goeth to the slaughter, as a fool to the correction of the stocks. Let's go up a bit, get the context. It says, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my laws as the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon the fingers, write them upon the tables of thine heart. Yeah, there we go. 5, Proverbs 7 and 5 says, that thou might keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. So you could talk about the wine, which are the philosophies. You could talk about these women, which could be philosophies too. The strange woman. Or you could talk about the literal strange woman, the woman that just ain't right. Most of these women today, they're not right in them head. They're not right. They've been overtaken by demons. And Kevin Samuels as a right now, Mosai's using Kevin Samuels. He's blown up just for you ignorant people that want to look to carnal for a carnal savior. But eventually, Most are going to hand all these women over to us so that we can do what we want to do with them. Enough of them now going to make it. Enough of them strange women, because they're going to have to be put to death. And then ultimately, when Yahushua come back, he has no respect of persons. And then ultimately, the missiles that thou may keep thee from the strange woman. And if you're of the elect, and you know you're a fear of the Most High, those few women, when I talk to you, I'm talking about the strange woman. From the strange woman with flattereth with her words. The wicked wine and women. Wicked wine and women philosophies. Or the literal woman. Like I say, enough of these women, they're the ones with the power. They're the ones with the power to kill, enough of them. Because they have the syringes that they're using with the venom in it. So he hath taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech she calls him to yield, with the flattering of her lips. She forced him, he goeth after her straight away, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, as a fool to the correction of the stocks. You get your £50, you get your juk, you get your £50. You understand? Because you're a fool going to the correction stocks, or your ice cream, or your kebab for jab. That's it. Your days are numbered. Your days are numbered. You've been had. So I want to look up a word. There's a word I want to look up, because when you just tap in subtle, just tap in the word subtle. Right, yeah. Tap in the word subtle. You get some precepts that come up. Here's the one we know very well. Let's take a look at this in Genesis chapters 1. Chapter 3 and verse 1 says, Now wherefore, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Right, you hear that? Which Yahweh thy power made, and he said unto the woman, Yahweh said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the trees which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, we shall not eat for of it, we shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. So, first of all, he came with the subtility, yeah, the most subtle of every beast. He said unto the woman, Yahweh said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden, with a question. And then he came with and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. So the proposition, now it comes with a proposition. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. Actually, he came with a blatant lie. For Yahweh knoweth that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as Yahweh, as gods, knowing good and evil. And then he came with a proposition, a temptation. Yeah, but take it, man. And then you be like gods. Your eyes will be open, Something that just made her irresistible. Flattery, subtility. So a question, then a blatant lie. A question to raise your curiosity in one. A blatant lie you come with. Yeah. The serpent said unto the woman, ye shall surely not die. In 4, then a temptation. Your eyes will be open and you should be like God. That's just guile, subtility, you know, the man on the street say he was chirping her. He was speaking to her. He was just rapping to her, giving her a proposition that she couldn't resist, and she foretook of it. So I want to look at this word here, subtle. First of all, in the Google, I'm looking into the Google, subtle. Subtle, especially of a change or distinction so delicate or precise as to be difficult to analyze. There you have it. Difficult to analyze, describe. Subtle. Nice, over nice. There you have it there. Some of these words. Subtle. Difficult to analyze. Over nice. Is that all you're giving me, Google? Crude. Crude. Alright. What's it have to say in this? The etymology says refined of the mind. Where's the point we want? Adapt. Adapt. Cunning. There you have it there. Cunning. Cunning, wise. Yeah, these subtle, sleazy. These are subtle people, cunning and wise. And when you look up the word, or when you go to images, just go to images and then go to, one sec. So subtle, when you go to images, there you have it. Look, what do you get, man? Yeah, you get a lot of abstract, that's for sure. You know, you get some demon-looking creatures, man. Subtle creature. I just tapped in subtle creature. You got the Edomite woman there on the left. So he seems to know that that woman is subtle. You got all kinds of abstract. You got crazy looking creatures. You got dragon looking creatures there. You got Baphomet there. Subtle. You got the Edomite woman there. So if you want to know what subtle is, subtility is, you got all these examples here. You got the Edomite woman, you got the dragon looking creature there. And like I say, the Edomite woman is more dangerous than the Edomite man, because they also have the power to kill. And you might say, oh, let me let my guard down. You know, these are nurses today. You go into the hospital today, you see a whole heap of Edomite woman with syringes in their hand. Oh, and speaking to you all soft and nice. Oh, come on, you need the protection, you need it. You gotta get your V. Because they love to share their venom. You hear me? They love to share their venom. So we looked at the word serpent in the Genesis. Let's look at another word in, as a matter of fact, we can go back to Proverbs. Proverbs 7 and 10. Give you more understanding of the word subtle. Subtle in Proverbs 7 and 10 says, and then we're going to end off the video. The point is made. No need to overkill. Biblical usually says to guard, watch. Right. Actually, the word is guard, watch, keep, to watch, guard, keep, to preserve, guard from danger, to keep, observe, guard with fertility, to guard, keep, secret, to be kept close, be blocked, watchman. Strong's definition. Root, to guard in a good sense, to protect, maintain, obey, besiege, hidden things, keeping, monument, observe, preserve, subtle, watcher man. So yeah, they're gonna be subtle because that's how they was made. That's in their DNA, the man and the woman, the Edomite man and woman. That's in their DNA to be subtle on the left hand side, but we have to be subtle on the right hand side. You understand? If you really want that blessing, you want to survive, yeah, you don't want to get caught walking on the landmines and they go off and that's it for you. Walking on the landmines and then you end up getting it caught up in the subtility of sleazy, the subtle beast. You understand? Get caught up in the snares. You get caught up in the snares, loose for catching animals. Yeah? And that's it for you, man. You get caught up in the snares, the subtle demon. And you're out of there. You're out of there. So Sirach 9:13 says, keep thee far from the man that have the power to kill, so that thou shalt not doubt the fear of death. And if thou go unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlement of the city. Yeah, did you see all those landmines? Yeah, let's tap in that. Let's have a look at those landmines again. Landmines. This is what time we're living in now. So remember. You see that? That's death. That means death. And you're walking upon landmines. And if you make a misstep, that's you out of there. You're out of there. We're going to end with this one in Proverbs 7. With her much fair speech, she calls him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, sleazy, your other philosophies. You know, the wine and the woman, wicked wine and wicked woman. Yeah, with her fair speech, she calls him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He goeth after her straight away, as an ox goeth to the slaughter. Right. And you're going to end up you out of there. As a fool to the correction of the stocks. Kala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Many are going to fall to the wickedness of sleazy. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth and sanitation to all the sincere Akim. And everything the wicked have done to us, past, present and future, will fall and is falling upon their own head.